Some of the best sounds you'll ever hear are generic. Safe. Effective. Even money-saving, just like FDA-approved generic drugs. Even if they don't come in the exact same color or shape as their brand name equivalents, they have the same key ingredients and go through a rigorous review process. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist today and visit fda.gov/generic drugs. Generics are safe, effective, and can save you money. You'll like the sound of that.
Hey, this is Jordan Halls, former Indiana Hoosier. Keep up with Indiana sports on Indiana Sports Beat.
Welcome back to Indiana Sports Beat with Coy and Larry coming to you from the Golf Club at Eagle Point Studios, powered by Rivals, joined now by one of the most famous basketball players in Indiana history. So famous, goes by one name, Tyra. Tyra Buss joins us. Hey, girl, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you doing?
Good, great. Got Todd here with us alongside as well.
What's happening?
Hey, what's up, Todd?
Nothing, just surviving, same as everybody else, apparently.
That's all you can do right now.
Yep.
Tyra, are you hanging out over in Mount Carmel?
I am back in my hometown.
And I told you
Hanging out with my family.
Yeah, I thought that's got to be one of the safest places in America.
Did you have to go up to the top of the hill to get reception for your phone?
It is a small town, so let's hope the coronavirus stays out of here, but who knows? It's coming everywhere.
Did you have to go up to the top? Did you have to go up to the top of the hill to get reception on your phone out there?
Living outside.
Hey, I used to live in one of those towns. Don't worry.
I've been through there, down there around Mount Vernon area. I got some buddies from down there, so we spent a lot of time down there.
That's awesome.
So what's new for Tyra? What other than just hunkering down? But before that, congratulations again! Great job, by the way, on BTN this year.
You were fantastic.
And you were. I mean, seriously, you got so good. Really, you got really comfortable, and I thought you did an amazing job.
Thank you. It was my rookie year, so I definitely learned a lot. I worked, BTN. There's a lot of great people that work with that network, and so I definitely learned a lot, and they were super helpful. I did a lot of games with Lisa Byington, who was just awesome. She's been in the business for a while, one of the best in the business. And so I got to, learn from her. But yeah, it's just a fun way to stay involved with basketball. And, at first I was really nervous, but like you said, I just wanted to keep getting better every game. And so I started to get more comfortable and I started to really, really enjoy it. And, I'm talking basketball, so it couldn't be much better than that.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the last broadcast I saw. I think I texted you. I was like, "Wow!" I mean, it was like, boom! It didn't take long at all. It's like, wham! It's like you just jumped right in.
Yeah, definitely towards the end, I started to get more comfortable.
Yeah, that had to be a ton of fun for you too. And once you get to that point, that's got to just be a blast for you.
It was for sure. Yeah, like I said, I was nervous at first, but then I started doing it, and I was like, "Gosh, man, a lot of people would love to have this job, and I get the best." Besides not playing on the court, I get the best seats in the gym, and I get to talk basketball. And then I did a lot of the studio work in Chicago, which was a really neat experience as well. I actually enjoyed that, just as much as I enjoyed doing the games, because that felt a little more natural to me. But it was really fun.
Is that what your plan is going to be like? Obviously, none of us know when this is going to be over, but is that the plan? Once next year rolls around, will you try to stay involved in the broadcasting?
Yeah, they told me they wanted to, I did a lot of games this year just for being, my first year. They told me that, they wanted me to, and the next year they want me to do even more games. So, that's definitely, something that I would want to do just because I did feel more comfortable doing it. But I also want to I realized during this whole process, I wanted to be kind of more involved. So I don't know if I want to, I kind of want to try to become a coach and kind of be more involved on the court wise rather than just, on the sideline. So.
Coaching and calling, yeah, that would be amazing. But how is it right now? Like, if you have to talk Indiana basketball, how hard is that for you? Because I know it's just you're not that far removed from being a member of that team, and I know when people move over to broadcasting, sometimes it's tough because you got to be unbiased and be straightforward, and sometimes you got to say things you don't always like.
Yeah, no, that definitely was a big challenge, and when I even did my audition, they gave me an Indiana women's basketball game, and so. It was definitely, different, but, I'll always be a love and supporter of, Indiana women's basketball. I had some of the best 4 years of my life there, and so it definitely was, hard at first, but I only did 2 games of theirs, and I think, that helped out a lot because I could still cheer for them, but then also not be as biased. But it was a good experience, and like I said, it's hard, yeah, but everyone knows that I'll always love Indiana basketball.
Well, let's talk about that team right now because, man, you and Amanda really kick-started something off here because what you guys started, they took up a notch. They've taken it up a notch and don't know what they would have done this year in the tournament, but they beat the number 1 team in the country, and they're looking really good for next year.
Yeah, it's awesome, to see just the growth of the program from when I was a freshman until now. So just for to be a part of that building process, it definitely means a lot. Amanda and I, we're very proud of what we did there, and the way that they've been able to just continue to get better. And like you said, they could have had a really special run in the tournament this year. And it's very unfortunate that all this happened, that they worked so hard for it, and they couldn't be able to play in the tournament. And I feel for them. I feel for Brenna Wise, the senior, to end her career like that is just. I try to I've talked to her. I've talked to other players, and I'm trying to put myself in their shoes, but I really can't because, that didn't happen to me. And I'm, I was heartbroken whenever I realized that they were going to cancel the whole tournament. And, it's a very hard thing, but, I'm very proud of them and Coach Moore and the rest of the coaching staff and the players. But like you said, it all starts, with that rebuilding process. And I think that WNIT championship win, I think that really just kind of propelled them into, the next year they had the confidence. They made the NCAA tournament. They won the first round game. And this year, they're the only team that beat the number 1 team in the country. And so it's just really, says a lot about this program. And I just think it'll continue to get better, and I'll be, right there cheering for them.
Yeah, and you mentioned that NIT, and I remember being there, that was like 13,000 people there. I mean, think back to your freshman year and sophomore year. Can you imagine a game with 13,000 fans in Assembly Hall for you guys?
Never. And it's, I just talked to Amanda the other day because, it was the 2-year anniversary, I guess you could say, on March 31st. And so I talked to her, and, and I did a reporter called me, and I did an interview with him, and we kind of talked about that too. And Amanda and I joked about it. Our freshman year, we went to a men's basketball game, and, you see people in that upper deck, and, that's when our Yogi was there. And so we were, laughing and joking about it, talking, our goal is to get people in that upper deck whenever when we're seniors. And so for us to run out that last time and to see people in that upper deck, Amanda and I just kind of looked at each other and we started smiling because, we said we were going to do it, and, it ended up coming true. And it's just really special because, they averaged about 1,000 to 2,000 fans before we got there. Then it was about 2,000 whenever Amanda and I were freshmen. And, it just kept rising every year. And, that's what you want to do. And whenever you start winning, whenever, fans start investing in you, they'll start coming to games. And so I think that, meant a lot. It wasn't just about men's basketball anymore. Indiana women's basketball was putting themselves on the map.
Yeah, Todd, you know what that's like, man. And to be that senior, to give that senior day speech, both of you guys have gone through that, and the emotion that is there. I can only imagine how overwhelming an experience like that has to be.
Yeah, well, I mean, from Tyra's perspective, I mean, she was part of the foundation of, and Indiana women's basketball has had some success in the past, but I think you guys kind of solidified it to where, it's the average of it right now is way higher than what it was before you guys got there. And that's something that you guys can be looked at as the foundation. And, right now when they think back on, what this team did and where they started, I mean, your guys' names are still attached to it. And for, another year or two, that's going to be the case. And it's just awesome for you to be, where you're at and continuing to do what you're doing with basketball. I mean, you just mentioning a minute ago, I mean, you've got me thrown off by saying you want to get involved in coaching because I can't believe that you haven't already done that. I mean, all you would have to do is say that, and somebody's going to say, yes.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see, but yeah, it's. I just want to still be, involved in the game. If I can't play, I want to be around it somehow, and this is the best way I can is to either broadcast or coach. And I train kids as well around Bloomington, Indianapolis area, and I just realized how much I enjoy, just doing that. It's not all about, it's way more than the game, and so I think, just to be able to be a mentor, for kids is something that I've always taken pride in.
Don't give up that cushy broadcast chair. It's awful. There's not a lot of stress there.
There's no recruiting. It's pretty easy when you're over there just talking about the game.
That's right.
Now, what level are you talking about coaching? Are you talking D1 college? Is that what you'd like to get to?
Yeah, I think that's, so especially since, I'm not too far out of the game yet, that's somewhere where I'd like to start. Because I've talked to some people and they say it's a lot easier, obviously to go down than to go up. So I think, if I'll start at the college level and if not, I have my teaching degree too. I can always do the high school coaching and teaching and then even, do some broadcasting. So we'll see.
And coaching.
D1 college is the ultimate goal though.
And coaching opportunities come up all the time because coaches, especially assistants, they move on because sometimes they're here and they move to an area where they're from. If a position happened to open up, would you inquire as to it on the Indiana bench?
Yeah, for sure. That's probably my ultimate goal is to be able to get back, to Indiana. But you got to start somewhere. So I'm not gonna, be greedy where I go to first. But that's definitely something that I would. Want to finish up, I guess, is, on the Indiana staff.
Cool. How's the family doing down there? You guys all together? What are you going out and playing some horse or 21? Or how are you staying busy?
Family's great. Yeah, this is actually, as I always try to look at the positive things, and this is definitely one of them, is to be able to get this family time because, 4 years I was at college, I'm close to home, but didn't get to come home a whole lot. And then, I did this broadcasting this season, and I was traveling everywhere. I wasn't home really very much either. And so just to kind of get this family time has been awesome. I have 2 little nephews. We've been playing a lot of, I've been practicing baseball with them, basketball, of course. But I've just been staying busy. I work out at about twice a day. I do a run in the morning, and then I do some, strength stuff later on with my sister-in-law. And so, I definitely am staying busy, and I can't just sit in the house all day and watch TV. So we try to mix it up. Some days, like lately, I think today, my dad and me and my brother and another sister-in-law, we're gonna go play some tennis. We've been playing some spike ball, if you know what that is. We've been playing badminton. I'm just a very active person, so I got to be staying busy doing something active. So my parents have been trying to play some games with me and we've been doing some board games, some puzzles. So.
Man, you make us feel like slogs in here. You're just staying constantly moving.
My exercise was going to be going from the bedroom to the living room.
My parents get annoyed sometimes too because I want to do things too much, and so I'm always asking, "Can we go do this? Can we go do this?" I text my brothers all the time. Let's go play this. Let's go play this. They're like, "Tyra, we're hanging out today. Chill."
Well, Tyra, man, I cannot thank you enough for joining us. As always, we love you, appreciate you so much, and look forward to catching up with you again later on, and we'll see what winds up on the other side of this stuff for us.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for having me on. It was, a pleasure getting to talk to you both, and, I always enjoy our time, so thank you.
This is Jim Coyle from Indiana Sports Beat with Coyle and Leary. Indiana Sports Beat is now a part of the Rivals Network. You can go to thehoosier.com to sign up. It's free. Catch the show there each day live or at your convenience. You can also like or follow us on Facebook, follow the show's rebroadcast anywhere you podcast. If we're not on a radio station where you live, we should be. Let your local station know they need to carry Indiana Sports Beat with Coyle and Leary, or simply go to thehoosier.com.